Despite this series having gone through several different tracks that didn't have a long history, we haven't had many one and done style events feature in these episodes so far. Well, we're going to add another one to the list today. Specifically, the year is 1988, and we're taking a look at the Trans Am series, which went to the Niagara Falls. The city, not the falls themselves. Not sure those cars would be particularly compatible with that amount of water to deal with. In terms of the track itself, there is 1.6 miles / 2.575 kilometers of tarmac to deal with, along with 15 turns, where 9 head to the left and 6 head to the right. Going over the track in a tad more detail, as is usual for this series, we begin at turn 1 and 2. Although don't be fooled by that. Really and truly, this is just one long radius slow speed corner. It's pretty much an open hairpin. It's also quite bumpy as well on the inside of the corner, which, seeing as it's the optimum racing line through that corner, it means the cars struggle to put all their power down to the road very easily. It's perhaps one of the better overtaking places on the track, although that's not to say passing was common at that corner. In fact, passing wasn't common in the Trans Am series in particular on this track, whichever corner you were at. Next up, a really cool chicane sequence. A quick left-right flick of the steering wheel, if you can flick these cars around the corner so to speak, before you're met with a sharp left-hand hairpin. A challenging section this, one which pushes the car's brakes and handling prowess to the limit. Underneath and past the Nissan bridge sends you to the first proper right-hand turn on the track. It's kind of a double apex corner, but in reality just completely ignore the second apex and take the corner as though it's one reasonably long sweeper, as if you do aim for the second apex, it leaves you rather off kilter with a 90-degree right-hander that follows it. A 90-degree left-hander comes after that, then a short straight, which may be just about long enough to create a passing opportunity at the following 90-degree left-hander, but only just though. The speed then picks back up again as you head down Rainbow Boulevard. It's then a long sweeping left-hander, which isn't quite flat out in the Trans Am cars. However, whilst the drivers were feathering the throttle around the corner, the car would get unsettled by the small bumps and undulations in the tarmac. A fantastic corner this one, and what's better is that the exit suddenly widens up dramatically. This leads you to what is more than likely the best place on the track to get an overtake done. A tight 120-degree hairpin with a very open entry, which gives an open hand to drivers wanting to make moves on the inside, although the exit of the corner isn't quite so welcoming, narrowing up massively as you head down 3rd Street towards the 12th corner, which is a 90-degree right-hander. A 90-degree left-hander is up next. I think you're starting to get the formation of a pattern developing here, although at least when you leave that bend, you head under a tunnel-style section. A tunnel section that is formed by the Niagara Falls Convention and Civic Centre. It's an open tunnel, so the sun is able to peek through to the track surface. However, if it ever rained, the track would more than likely stay dry. Coming out of the oxymoron that is the open tunnel is another 90-degree right-hander, before we get to the final corner, which is also a 90-degree right-hander. Shame that the track has to end with mostly 90-degree corners, but overall I think this is a pretty good circuit. Unfortunately, as you probably heard earlier, this event only lasted 1 year, although there are a fair number of reasons as to why this was the case. Firstly, the date of the event was pushed back by 2 weeks. This wasn't down to poor weather or anything along those lines. It was believed to be down to an error during the planning phase of this race. Whether this also contributed to some low ticket sales is up for debate, but let's just put it this way, the crowd wasn't exactly brilliant. For the headline Trans Am event, you could see a fair number of spare seating areas for the crowds to be in during the live broadcast. As it turned out, the amount of fans that were there was around 8,000 people. Let's just put it this way, that is pretty disappointing. The event was not drawing in the injection of business that was initially hoped, despite the crowd who were there apparently really enjoying the experience. Clearly, this event could have done better if it had not been for the delay. However, even without it, I still can't imagine this event lasting much longer than a year anyway. It's a shame because I think this is a brilliant track. The end of the lap does get a bit too right-angly, not a word, but on the whole there's some good corner variety, and a very challenging track as well to get right. It had a lot of character. I reckon it would work quite well for the 80s/90s IMSA GTP cars. I could even envisage kart racing around there with good battles developing on track. The Trans Am race wasn't too enthralling, but still, if this track in its current guise did return, then I'd be glad to see it back, let's put it that way. That though is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, then I would be enormously appreciative if you did hit the like and subscribe button. If you have any more street circuits that you would like to see featured in this series, then say down in the comment section below. However, until the next video, be kind to each other and enjoy the rest of your day.